how does one go from being the worst insurance salesman 2 years in a row regionally and making whopping $240 a month to running ads for brands like Joe Rogan, for Jennifer Lopez, for Tony Robbins, then using this playbook to scale businesses from $0 to $1 million 5 different times in completely 5 different niches, and then again with this playbook scaling a business up to $20 million with his best man, and then eventually being kicked out of that business by his best man. If you ask me to pick one thing over the course of 12 years of mastering psychology and behavior and marketing and sales and business, it will be this 4 steps. These 4 steps will work for you if you're starting a business, if you don't know what to sell and what niche to join, this will work for you. If you're running ads, or if you're creating content, or if conversely you're making $1 to $2 million, $5 million a year and you want to scale, this thing will also, if you overlay this filter over any business, it will increase it by wide margins regardless of how successful the business is. So first step, we'll show you how one marketer took his webinar, the master marketer that made $20 million webinars. He runs a webinar, does $0, and then takes it to $5 million in sales, tweaking just one thing without touching the ads, without touching the emails, without touching the webinar, without anything. This one is how we took a guy that was making $43,000 lifetime in his business he made when he joined, and we did $345,000 the first month he joined. This is what you do when you have a lot of non-buyers sitting on your list, and when you need cash ASAP. This is something that saved our faces dozens and dozens of times. Whenever we needed instant influx of cash, we ran this thing, and it brought in, like, over the course of like Saturday and Sunday, $150,000, $180,000. And then the last one, this one is highly unethical. I don't really suggest it, but this is how to find the hottest leads in your niche, and then what to offer to them in order to steal them from the biggest influencers, and how to do that without buying the list, without emailing anyone. It just works like a gangbuster. So Caleb Woodhouse, in 2020, I'm learning from that dude everything that he ever posts. I'm being mentored by him, and he's famous for doing $20 million after $20 million webinars. He has like the best 25 affiliates in the entire game. So I'm talking the entire online space and online business. And they are lined up waiting for his webinar to be done. He takes like 6 months to do a webinar. He runs the webinar to his own people, and the webinar bombs, $0 in sales. So what he does is, he does not look at the ads, he does not look at the emails, he does not look at the webinar and what he's saying in that webinar, tweaking the hooks and stuff like that. He goes into the offer, and he, instead of what most of us would do, which is the biggest sin in the entire online business and marketing and advertising and content creation, which is assuming that we know in our minds what our customers want. He pays them $25 to join a 15-minute call. On that call, he asks, hey, you stayed until the end of the webinar. What caused you not to invest in this program that we are offering? Unanimously, dozens and dozens of people. You have to teach us how to build a Facebook group. We don't know how to do that. You have to show us how to set up the Facebook ads. We don't know how to do that. What he does, he hires a team from Vietnam of media buyers and creatives, and he moves this offer from build to take. He's running the same webinar. The fast action bonus becomes, we are going to set up your Facebook group, and we are going to set up your ads, your creatives, your copy, and your targeting. All you need to press play, and then the people will join the group. In an instant, it goes from $0 to $5 million in sales, and then the affiliates join the party, and it's like one of the biggest earners in like last 20 years in the webinar space game. So what he has done and what you can do, build is usually 0 to 1% conversion rates. If you are offering someone to show them how to build a Facebook group, how to build a channel, how to build membership, whatever it is that they have to build, it will imply a lot of work and a lot of creativity. People are intimidated by both. So regardless of how well you do your content, how well you do your ads, if your offer is built this to get the result, you will see a really low conversion rates, and it will be really, really, really hard to scale this offer. On the next rung, you have become. And why become works better? Because it feels like less work. Become a copywriter, become a media buyer, become a creator. So it implies that when you become this certain person, you will get the result that person, as like a copywriter making 10K a month, you'll be getting that money. By the way, this is where law of attraction also sits. You lay on the bed, head on the pillow, and then you close your eyes, and then you become this person, and then when you wake up tomorrow morning, you have the body and the relationships and the money. So much easier to scale. If you're offering this, you can sell a lot of those. What you need to understand on this side is 1% to moving it to 2% conversion rates. This will effectively 2x any business if everything remains the same. So you spend $100 on an ad, or you post just one video and someone buys your $500 thing. If you go from that same ad, so it's $100, it's same video, instead of one person buying, you go to two people buying, you're doubling the business. You're now making from that same thing $1,000 instead of $500. What will this allow you to do is to go from 1% to sometimes 5 and 6%. So you will 5x or 6x the business if you manage to move your offers from build to take. The rung 2 is do. This is just this one thing and you will get the results. So also you remove carbs and you have a keto offer. You do just one post, you do just one hook, you do just one video, and everything will fall in place. Why it's easier to scale? Because it implies that there is a really, really, really low effort required in order to get the real world results, unlike become. So you do this one thing and then the money comes. You do this, so you do that in the real world. You become in your mind, but you do a post in the real world. You do a hook in the real world. And this one is easier to scale. This is where your supplements, and when we were doing Joe Rogan, I think it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago, God knows. I think it was called On It. It was something for the brain. So you take a pill, you get smarter. For Jennifer Lopez, it was like a gummy bear, antioxidants or amino acids, something like that. So you take a gummy bear and then you're stronger, you're smarter, your skin looks better and stuff like that. So the entire supplement space is built on this, but it's also done for you. So done for you. What Caleb O'Dowd did in that webinar to take it from $0 to $5 million is he took it from build it to take it. And people were intimidated of building and being creative and figuring things out, but they were like, hey, I'm gonna take it. So it goes from 0 and then eventually grosses $20 million. So that's the first thing. This is the first part of the filter. So you lay down on your offer and you see what you are communicating and what you are delivering. Please make sure that you're not getting on calls with FTC, with Federal Trade Commission, and getting your ass sued because you're promising something and not delivering anything. Make sure that your promises and what you're delivering are on the same bar, on the same rung. Here, we got a guy that's doing $43,000. This is lifetime revenue. First month we work together, we do $345,000 in revenue in 30 days. So what he had was really great. He had a take offer, but man, when I think about it, like it was a long time ago, but that's a $27 offer. No upsells, no funnel, no high ticket. We do $1 million in sales in less than 6 months with this one offer. What did we tweak? Well, this is a 1-star gold mine, and I'm going to explain you how to use it for your business to come up with the video ideas, to come up with the hooks for the ads, for the TikToks, whatever you're doing. Your best ideas do not live in your mind. Your best ideas live in your customers' minds. But you want buyers, you don't want commenters on the YouTube videos. So 67, 80 years ago, a guy named David Ogilvy, the biggest advertising man in the history, guys, they built like Shell and Dove and Rolls-Royce. He gets a Rolls-Royce account. And instead of coming up with the ideas because he's the best marketer, whoever lived, he goes on and interviews the lead engineer in the Rolls-Royce factory. And after 30 minutes of talk, the lead engineer goes, at 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in this new Rolls-Royce comes from an electric clock. Boom. Ogilvy takes that very same sentence, slaps it across the page in the newspaper like this big headline, and then all the benefits, everything you're getting from the Rolls-Royce, and of course the image, and that builds Rolls-Royce as a brand. Now, what he was doing, he wasn't trying to come up with a super creative way to communicate what the Rolls-Royce does. He hears it from the person who knows it best and then just uses it verbatim. What we have done here, he comes to us, he's doing $43,000 and he has a take product, so his offer is sitting here. We don't have to do anything, so this filter is removed. We now have take offer. We don't have to do anything on that side, but we have a communication problem. If no one is buying and it's a take offer, then you have to diagnose here. We go on to read the comments and the sentiment and the Reddits, and back in the days, guys, it took us like 10 days to get the information for this stuff. Now you have like Claude and GPT and stuff like that. You can literally throw all the things that you find in there and then just be like, hey, give me the pattern. What we find out, that music producers are 1000% sure that they need to build a fancy studio in order to become these really, really big music producers, in order to make it in the music industry. What do? We write the ad, music producers, stop. This is all caps on good old Facebook. Music producers, stop trying to build that fancy studio. Stop trying to do X, stop trying to do Y. Instead, X, Y, Z, buy the MIDI packs. This is literally it. This is it. This takes the business in the first month to $350,000 in revenue from 43,000 lifetime. So, 1-star Goldman, how do you replicate this? Again, comments on the videos of your competitors are irrelevant for this kind of stuff because they are not paying, they are not buying customers. They are people who are quote unquote wasting their time on social media than watching something and be like, hey, this sucks or this does not suck. You go to good old Amazon. Jay Abraham called it the Amazon School of Business. You go there and you find either adjacent products to your thing, so what people are buying before they're buying your thing, or the books and the stuff that are really like competitors of yours. The people who are buying that would love to buy your offer. And you go in 1-star, so this is one caveat, you ignore completely 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 are rational reviews, and rationale never sold anything in the history of the world. Emotions are the things that are selling. It's a thing for another video, but you have to find emotional reviews. This is your 1-star and this is your 5-star. 1-star reviews now, instead of like we used to do, reading 1-star reviews on like 30 different products that are like books in your niche. You take all of those, you throw them into GPT or Claude or whatever, and then ask, what is the recurring pattern? What is the thing that people are bitching and moaning about the most? What is the thing that they hate completely about that product? And then guess what? Your hook opens up. Have you ever felt XYZ? Have you ever experienced XYZ? Did you ever feel that something is missing because it wasn't including ABC? And you open that with your ad with that, you open your video with that, and people will be like, holy fuck, they are reading my mind. You have to join the conversation that people are already having in their minds in order to sell them the most stuff. This is how you do it. And then when you exhaust the negatives, you start with the positives. And then you open with the 3 positives. Would you like? And then you see what is in 5-star reviews. And then 1, 2, 3, that's like recurring across like 1,500 reviews. And everybody's wanting the same thing, trust me. And these are the people who took out their credit cards, paid for something, consumed it, and then they went online and started writing in 2 in the morning, fuck it, this was the awful book, or oh my god, this was the best thing I ever read. And then when you exhaust these, then you combine them. Then you start 3 negatives, 3 positives, or 1 negative, 1 positive, 1 negative, 1 positive. And that's how you get a free copywriter that never sleeps, and that is the best fucking copywriter in the entire world. Now, when you come here, when you exhausted these, you'll be having a lot of people on your email list because inevitably, not everybody will buy from you, regardless of how good this framework is. You'll have a lot of people on your email list who did not buy. So what do? Your first job is to segment the list. This deserves to be in red, because if you don't do this, you will fuck this up and you will fuck this up. If you do not segment the list properly, and by properly I don't mean any like crazy technical stuff, you just exclude the buyers from these two. If someone is buying your shit from $1,000 and then you were here trying to convert people who didn't buy and you're offering like a 20% discount or a 50 or a 90 or whatever you want to do, if they see that you're offering that, they will be like, hey, I want $1,000 refund and then I want to buy for $500 just as everybody else. So you have to segment the list and you have to exclude your buyers from the promo. What do here? It's funny. Famous online marketer Frank Kern coined the term 4-day cash machine. We used to do this like years and years and years before we ever heard of it. But we named it quarterly 4-day cash machine. Quarterly because it's safe. You don't want to overwhelm the list unless you have someone who is a pure motherfucker in segmentations and he knows exactly who joined when, like he has the tags and everything, like he has the tag for January, February and March, and he knows what they consumed, and then he's like, don't worry, we can offer like quarterly 4-day cash machine, we can do it weekly because I know who I will be sending the emails. That person is worth its weight in gold for you. So you do it once every 90 days. And how do you do it? Over the course of 4 days. So you start on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We did it for 11 days, we did it for 7 days, we did it for 4. If you have access to a really good copywriter, my primary skill is copywriting. So if you know how to write copy in the emails to build anticipation, then you can do it over the course of 11 days or 7 days. If you don't, then go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the safest. What is important for you to know? First, the easiest way to 2x the open rates on emails is this. You're sending, let's say, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. email. This goes at the same day. This email has subject line 1, this email has subject line 2. It's exactly the same email. You have 2 subject lines. One is benefit driven, one is avoid the danger, avoid the fear, avoid the negative results. So when you send the 7 a.m. email, you will have people who open that email. This email here at 7 p.m. goes to people who did not open the first email. So if you open the email, you do not see the 7 p.m. email. So your guys that are sending emails, they have to exclude the openers of the subject line 1. And then you will see like 1,000 people opening this email, you will see 800 more opening this one. And it's like the laziest way ever to get basically 2 times more people to know about the stuff that you're running and your promotion. So you build anticipation, you can go with the normal stuff, you can go with the crazy stuff, you can get creative, you can be like, hey, this is the behind the scenes, that's how we used to call it. We are on talks with the founder and the CMO. We got the founder down. He's approaching the decision of allowing us to do like a 60% discount, but CMO is bitching and moaning. Tomorrow morning we have a call, like all team meeting, and we'll push it hard for you. I'll let you know what happens. And then on Friday you're like, hey, the call is happening in 1 hour, I'll let you know what happens. Then you're like, hey, guess what? We managed to push him to the 50%. We did not manage to make it 60. Whatever. You can write whatever you want to build the anticipation. You have to know one thing. You have to be genuine. So if you are selling here something for $1,000, if you offer 50% discount, you better make it 500 because people remember shit. So don't play with that. At Saturday at midnight, you open the cart. At Sunday at midnight, you close the cart. This is crucial. At Sunday at midnight, you have to close the cart. So the link for the checkout page goes down, or it redirects people to, let's say, a waiting list. But if you let that link be live for just 5 minutes after the midnight, people will call bullshit on every single promo that you will ever do in the future. What do you do in these emails? You leverage urgency, you leverage scarcity, and you leverage greed. In the emails, you tell them that, hey, these people bought this for $1,000 and you're getting this for 50% off, so for $500, but you're not just getting that, you're getting 3 amazing bonuses that we are right now discussing. I'll let you know what those are tomorrow. That is maximum greed. How do you do scarcity? Is you put a cap on 50 people or 100 people or 10, depending on how high the price is of the thing that you're selling or how big the list is. If you have 5 million people on the list, you can put it at 500. But if you have 30 people email list, you can put it at 5. So that depends entirely on your specific situation. And then you can build it with Claude Code, like put it literally the names of the people that are buying, that are popping up, and then they have the list, and then you have like 17 people there. Holy fuck, we have only 33 places left. I better hurry in order to join this and to take advantage of the discount. Urgency. Urgency play is like, this is the midnight on Sunday midnight. And here at 12 on Sunday, you start stacking bonuses as long as the more bonuses you stack, the closer you get to the deadline. Work wonders. Trust me, we've tested it. It works wonders. Especially if you generally understand what people are struggling with from these people who bought, and then you include those things that they are struggling with here as a bonus. So we're including the implementation bootcamp, and guess what? We're not going to tell you how to implement. We are going to implement it for you. This one is worth $2,000, but today you're getting it as a bonus if you decide to join today. If that was a genuine problem that people were bitching and moaning about, and they're like, hey, I don't know how to implement this, and you're going to do it for them as a free bonus, you're going to kill it. And then you do bonus 1, you do like at 12 at noon, then bonus 2 you do at 5 p.m. and then bonus 3 you do at like 9 p.m. And what do you want to do here? This is a bit unethical, but it works like crazy. Bonus number 3, we decided to give you a one-on-one onboarding and implementation, and let's say evaluation of your ads or of your channel, of what you're doing, from our experts. It's going to be a 45-minute call. On that call, people join and you frame it as if it's like the best bonus ever. It's free if you decide to join. But on that call, they will diagnose the problems that they will have in the business, on the channel, or whatever they are doing with their body, whatever it is. And that person is going to be a salesperson. So they will effectively try to close them into your high ticket stuff. And you will frame it as the best bonus ever, and you will cause massive amounts of people to buy it. Again, not really ethical, but it works like crazy, and we used it in the past and generated like just crazy amounts of cash. Now, the last one. Like, if none of this is working and you are here, we are with the client, and the client is, we run ads and we create content and we give them like the scripts and everything, and it's a shit show. The scripts are not working, the ads are bumping, it's awful. We didn't have the framework, or some clients didn't allow us to run the filter over their business, so everything was a shit show. And we were like, hey, listen, we have a really like highly unethical way to get you the hottest leads in the business right now and steal them from your biggest competitors and biggest influencers. Do you want to do it? He's like, fuck it, man, I want to do it. You find 5 influencers, so this is how you do it. You find 5 influencers in your niche that are running, or 3 or 1, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, because you can DM people there. The best ones are Facebook and Instagram. LinkedIn has like restrictions and that kind of stuff. And you find who is running the posts. Hey, comment X if you're interested, and I will send you XYZ. People who are commenting are raising their hands saying, hey, I have this problem and I'm ready to solve it. Please give me the solution. So what do? You go into their comments and then you follow and request a friend, or whatever it is the platform is, with all of those people. Don't go crazy. Don't go like 300 a day, because all the platforms will block you these days. So you request a friend from like 15, 30 people, then again and again, like day in, day out, every 24 hours, and then you start DMing them. What do you need to do? You need to understand what the influencer is running as an offer, and you need to make it faster, cheaper, and simpler. So you yourself need to comment under the post. You have to get the thing that they are offering. You have to see the free training where they are selling something. You need to understand what they are selling. And then you need to run it through the filter number one, and you need to see if they are offering you how they are going to teach you how to build the ads, how to run the ads on Facebook. And you go into their DMs and you're like, hey, I will set up your ads, I will set up your targeting, I will set up your creatives, and I will run the ads for you for 7 days until you start getting leads. It's a no-brainer. You'll be having so many people joining your shit that you wouldn't believe. Even if you're charging, so let's say they're charging $500 in order to give them the entire course on how to build the ads, how to build a channel, whatever it is. And you go from build to done for you, and you're like, hey, would you like to have someone who has built channels in the past build your channel for you for $500? And then they're evaluating. So the influencer is creating the desire. You're just taking the desire and channeling it with your stuff. And now the person is like, hey, this is like $500 for a course that I will have to do everything myself. And then there's this dude that is offering to do everything for me for the same amount of money. Simpler, faster, easier, cheaper, all that kind of stuff. And you'll be like, yes, 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 yes. Because again, those are the people who already expressed the desire to get the thing. So you're not flying blind and asking like a grandma from Kentucky if she wants to set up the Facebook ads. This is someone who raised their hands and say, I have an ad problem. I will really like to master the ads. And he's considering buying something. And then you come in there and offer to do it for them. And you take the offer from the influencer that's offering the build or a become, and you go to take, and you make a shitload of money. So this is the filter. This will work for you. Just try it. Don't make this a brain porn. Don't make this just another video. Watch it again if you need. This will help you craft the offer that people will take like hotcakes. This will let you understand what to say at every single time, because you will find the ideas from the customer's mind, not from your own. This will let you convert everybody who did not buy the first time. And then if you want to go with this one, you can steal the hottest leads and turn them into your customers instead of the influencers' customers. I was under the non-disclosure, non-compete, non-bullcrap agreements, and that's all gone. So if you like what I just shared, there's a lot more to come on the channel. So subscribe and let's get this journey going. Thank you, and see you in the next one.